come by. Hey, I will fly just like birds over feathers. I want to know all of the people around the city. Can we be that close? Just let me stay for forever. Me again. And I'm back. So many things. I love my man with all honesty, but I know he's cheating on me. I look in his eyes, but all he tells me is lies to keep me near. I'll never leave him down, though I might mess around. It's only that I need some affection. So I quit, yeah, I just keep it on the outlook. Said nobody is so close to God. So I quit, yeah, cause he doesn't know what I do. And no one's thinking about to shout. So I Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. And God bless everyone. And thank you all for coming. And welcome to your channel. Welcome to your channel, because this is your channel. And may God bless, and may God bless all our chat family. In the name of God, in the name of the Holy Mother, the Virgin Mary, God bless us all. God bless us all. And we thank God for another Saturday. For another Saturday. That God has given us the privilege of life. So we give thanks to God, and we give thanks to the Holy Mother, the Virgin Mary. First, as always, a big hug, and God bless my nephew. God bless my nephew, Anne-Marie, and I hope he can join us. I hope he can join us in this Saturday morning. It is exactly 1:34 in the morning. So a big hug for my nephew. And as soon as my nephew arrives, if he does not arrive, it's because he is working or he is visiting his girlfriend or attending a family matter. So a big hug and always blessing to my dear nephew, Emery. A big hug. God bless Emery, his family, and Rocco. I want to welcome Miss Karen. Miss Karen, nice to see you. As always, you look very beautiful today. May God bless you, and God bless your family. My respect to your husband. And thank you for coming, Miss Karen. Thank you for coming. And Mr. Ralph Mucci. Thank you for coming. And God bless your family. And God bless you always. And everyone, please sub, and sub and subscribe, which is the same thing, to the Wise Up Show. And to my good friend always, Ralph Mucci, and a great Italian representing the Italians from New Jersey. Okay. Ah, want to welcome also our content our content creator our content creator graduate, our first content creator graduate, Mr. Kid Rock. Mr. Kid Rock, our first content creator graduate, coming soon to a theater near you. Kid Rock. Again, Kid Rock coming soon to a theater near you. God bless you, Kid Rock, and thank you for coming. And as always, God bless your dear mom and your whole entire family. And we congratulate you again. And soon you will receive your diploma of official content creation. So, Kid Rock, we should all be proud of Kid Rock. He is the first graduate of the Content Creator University here on the Our channel. A big hug for Kid Rock. Okay. Kid Rock, you owe me $500 for this promotion. And please pay in $1 bills. That way it will look like a lot. Only kidding, Kid Rock. Only kidding. Okay. Okay. Ah, Miss Jane Perry. Miss Jane Perry. God bless you and thank you for coming. Miss Jane Perry. Miss Jane Perry. Thank you for coming. God bless you and God bless your entire family. And we have Brooklyn Bounce and Miss Ladybug. Brooklyn Bounce is driving. Be careful driving. Be careful driving. God bless you. Uh, everyone, please be careful driving. This is a long weekend. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of traffic in the streets. Drive carefully. If you are going to drive to a destination, drive early in the morning. Driving at night is driving. If you have to avoid driving in the nighttime, do it. If you drive early in the morning hours. Much more safer and try avoiding driving at night. There's a lot of crazy people out there, and there's a lot of people that like to drink and drive, and that is crazy. That is like committing suicide. So I want everyone to be safe. I want everyone to be safe. So Brooklyn Bounce, please be safe. God bless you. Make sure you have enough gas. Make sure that you check your tires, your oil, your brakes. Check everything before you go, before you drive. A lot of people have the habit. A lot of people have the habit of just getting in the car, turning it on. They never check anything, and that is crazy. Before you drive, check your tires. See that they are all full. Some people have even started driving and they have a flat, but being that they didn't check their car before opening the door, they're driving with a flat on. Always, before you open the door of your car, check your four tires. See that they're full. Uh, at least once a week. I do this once a week. I always check my coolant. I'll make sure my radiator is filled with good coolant. I check I check the motor oil. I check the motor oil. I check the brake oil. I check the power steering oil. I check the battery. I check that the cables of the battery are in good condition. I check everything. And make sure always. I always have to have it. I always have to have it, and that's me. I always fill up the tank, a full tank, always. There's a lot of people that have a bad habit that they put like $2, and then they go to another corner and they put $3 more, and then they make a little trip, and then afterwards they put $2. No, no, fill your tank. Always have your tank completely filled. That is important. In case in case of an emergency, you have your tank filled. An example, here in Puerto Rico, this is the month of September. This is the most dangerous month for hurricanes. This is the month, this is the month here in Puerto Rico that we can and may God protect us. At any time this month, we could receive a 5 category hurricane. So we have to be prepared at all times. What does that mean here in Puerto Rico? That we have to have all our cars must have a full tank at all times. Uh, we that have generators, our generators must be filled with gas or diesel, depending on what kind of generator we have. In my case, I have 2 generators, and they're filled completely with gasoline. And also, I have uh, an extra case of gasoline. Yeah, I'm prepared. And also, very important, my I changed the oil of my generators, so they are prepared to go. There's a lot of people that buy generators and they overuse them. They have them on 24 hours straight. No, you cannot have a generator. You cannot have a house generator on for 24 hours straight. You will destroy that generator. See, uh, house generators, house generators should be on only. Okay, I'm going to give an example. Uh, let's say, and let's say that if Puerto Rico, let's say if Puerto Rico would be under hurricane emergency, I would have my generator on only in the evening. Only in the evening. In other words, to be clear, because I don't want to confuse myself or confuse you, I have 2 generators. One, one that I put on if I am under hurricane emergency. One that I put on, an example, at 6 in the morning, and then I leave it on until six, until six in. I leave it on until 6 in the afternoon. Okay, that is the one. That is the one that makes the most noise, because generators make a lot of noise. Okay, that generator that I have on, it includes the refrigerator. It includes basic necessities. It does not include air conditioning, because there's a lot of people that they destroy their generator. It is an emergency. If you are under emergency, the most important thing is that all your regular lights of your house are on. You have regular electricity. You can watch regular television with an antenna. With an antenna, you have your refrigerator on, which is a necessity. Okay, but to be clear, you cannot turn on the washing machine. You cannot turn that on. You cannot turn on a dryer. And very important, you cannot turn on your air conditioning. Because if you do, you're asking for too much. You are destroying the generator. Because there's a lot of people that have house generators that they want to have under a hurricane. They want to have all the luxuries. No, no. The generator is for basic necessities only. The most important that you have regular electricity, and the most important that you have your refrigerator on. That is a blessing. And you should have a gas stove. You should have a gas stove with a gas cylinder in a safe place. Because when you are under hurricane, and if you have a generator, you cannot have your house generator cannot be hooked up with an electric stove. Your electric stove will destroy the generator. Now, now, listen to me carefully. If you want to have all the luxuries, you should have in your home an industrial generator. And an industrial generator here in Puerto Rico will cost you from $30,000 to $40,000. Okay? Uh, the generator that I have, one generator cost me $1,000. That is just a regular generator. The other one I have is a portable generator, which is called a converter. That one cost me $500. That small one, if I would be under hurricane emergency, that small one, I would activate it. I would activate it at 9 o'clock in the night. At 9 o'clock. Okay. That one will last me until 6 in the morning. Okay. That one is a small generator. That will cover all the electricity in my house, plus the refrigerator and fans. No air conditioning, to be clear. No air conditioning at any time under any emergency. No washing machine. No dryer. Uh, the generators just cover the regular necessities. Now, if I want to be luxurious and I cannot afford it, I cannot afford to buy an industrial generator. The only place that we have an industrial generator, thank God, is at the company that I work for. Thank God we have an industrial generator. You see, that one runs on diesel, and that one you can run it for 24 hours straight. But very important, after 2 or 3 days, you must change the oil of the generators, because a lot of people, they buy a generator and then they kill their generator by overusing it, and they don't take care of it. They never change the oil. They never change the filter, and then they want to have luxury. They want to have luxury. I know people that have a I know people that have $1,000 generator, and they want to connect it with their swimming pool, because because they want to have their swimming pool in a hurricane. Look how people are. That is crazy. That is vanity. That is pure vanity. Okay. Okay. Uh, tonight's topic, tonight's topic, and I want to touch the topic again because I think it's very important. I'm going to tell you something that happened in Puerto Rico today. Okay, legally, today is Saturday. This happened on Thursday. This happened in Puerto Rico on Thursday. Very sad. Before I tell you about it, let me check the chat, okay? Okay, let me check the chat. I am checking the YouTube chat, which is the complete chat. American made, American made. God bless you, American made, and thank you for coming. And everyone, please subscribe to American made. American made, one of the best channels on YouTube, and also a good person and a hardworking young man with a beautiful family. So everyone should support American Made. American Made is a good person. We have to support the good people on YouTube. And to be honest, there's a lot of demons on YouTube. There's a lot of demons on YouTube. May God have mercy on their souls. May God have mercy on their souls. So we have good people like American Made, like Kid Rock, like Emery, and like many others. We must support the good people. So American Made, God bless you. Kid Rock, God bless you. Village Food Season. Village Food Season. Our good people from Pakistan. A big hug and peace and love to our brothers in Pakistan, the good people of Muslim faith. Our utmost respect, and always our CBS anchor woman here on this in the Chat Family Theater, Miss Karen. Miss Karen, we have an exclusive CBS correspondent. So, Miss Karen, a very intelligent and bright and articulate professional woman. So, Miss Karen, it is an honor to have you in the chat family. And I hope that one day, Miss Karen, you also will have a channel because you qualify to have a channel, to be clear. Okay. I don't want to miss anyone. And we have Ralph Bucci. Ralph Bucci, the Frank Sinatra of YouTube. The Wise Up Show. The Wise Up Show. Subscribe and support Ralph Bucci, The Wise Up Show. Okay. I don't want to miss anyone. Jane Perry. Miss Jane Perry. A big hug and God bless you, Miss Jerry. Another intelligent, professional woman that we have the honor to have in our chat family. And we have Brooklyn Bounce, and we also in the beginning David Cameron. David Cameron, my good friend from Great Britain, always leaves a positive message. God bless David Cameron, and God bless my nephew. Let me give some shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Todd Father. Todd Father, a brilliant, hardworking young man, works 7 days a week, and also has a channel. Everyone, sub to Todd Father. Todd Father is a hardworking young man, works 7 days a week, 12 and 14 hours a day. He also has a business that deals with special activities. If you have a sweet 16, if you have a wedding, if you have a bar mitzvah, if you have a social activity, you can consult Todd Father and he will supply the music. And you can consult him on catering, and also you can consult him for decorating where you are going to have your activity. So for special activities, in the New York area, especially Buffalo, consult with Todd Father. Okay, a big shout out. Another great Italian from the great state of New Jersey, the king of New Jersey, Tommy Siggs. Tommy Siggs also has a channel. Please sub and subscribe to Tommy Siggs. He's on every day, every morning at 7 sharp. So please support and subscribe to Tommy Siggs. Tommy Siggs, another great Italian. And his shows are great. Every morning, he's bringing up great topics that will make you think. That is the most important. You don't have to agree, and you don't have to be in favor. The most important that Tommy Siggs and we are trying to bring topics to make people think. See, once you start thinking, your brain is functioning. That is the most important. Get them brain juices, get the blood in the brain circulating. And you think we must become thinking human beings. We cannot be like cattle on the line. We cannot be like cattle on the line to the slaughterhouse. I'm going to repeat that again. That's very important. There's a lot of people, I'm talking in general, there's a lot of people that are like cattle. They don't be a follower. Don't follow nobody. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. I know that Tommy would agree with me. Tommy Siggs would agree with me. We don't want followers. We want thinkers. We want people in our chats that think for themselves, that have their own criteria, that think for themselves. That is the most important. We don't want people that are like cattle. That's like I said during the week. Do you want a blind friend or do you want a real friend? I want a real friend. I want a friend that if I am walking and there's a cliff ahead that tells me, Uncle Edwin, there's a cliff ahead. If you keep on going, you're going to fall off the cliff. That's the kind of friends that I want. There's a lot of content creators that want zombie followers. Zombie followers. Whatever that content creator says, that is the law. No. The only one that we will follow is God. That's the only one we human beings should follow. Because God is the supreme being, no one else. Please understand that and please absorb that. The only one that we should all follow, and I'm going to say this, the only one that we should follow blindly, because of our faith is God. No one else. No one else. We only follow God. That is the only one. And our loyalty should be with God only. I hear a lot of content creators, you must be loyal to me. How dare you? No, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. We are loyal to God. We are loyal to God only. And we keep an open mind. We must be people that have our own criteria and have our own opinions. And you can disagree or agree with me here, no problem. And to be clear, I don't want no followers. I want intelligent people, people with their own. If I say something and you don't agree, no problem, you tell me. But the most important is to discuss it in a respectable form. And we keep on being family. There's no problem. An example, Emery can disagree with me. I can disagree with Emery, and he still is my nephew. He still is my nephew. And everyone in the chat family, you can disagree with me. I can disagree with you with respect and love. And we are chat family. And we are family always. No problem. As long as we have it, we do it with respect, and we have consideration, and we keep on being good friends. That's what is, and good family members. That's what it's all about. And another example, like I subscribe to Tommy Six. I can agree with Tommy Six on some topics. On other topics, I disagree with Tommy Six, like he can disagree with me. But we are good friends always, and we have mutual respect. And I subscribe, and I subscribe to Tommy, and Tommy subscribes to me, and we are a good, and we will be good friends until death. That's that's how that's the way, the proper way. So save that in your wallet and in your purses. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on, everyone. Okay, we have Bella Mia. Bella Mia, welcome. And God bless your beautiful little dog. Let me tell you, Miss Bella Mia has a beautiful little dog. And she has a channel. And she is a content creator. So everyone, please support and sub to Bella Mia. Bella Mia, another great person, another nice person. She's a good person. And thank you for coming, Bellamia. Thank you for coming. And we have Paul C. Thank you for coming, Paul C. Let me see who else has come. Okay. So we have Paul C. and Bellamia. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. I'm going to explain to you what happened on Thursday here in Puerto Rico. Very sad. This is a very sad case. This came out in the news. To be clear, I have no personal relationship with this story. This is a story that happened in our local news here in Puerto Rico. Very sad. Very sad. Check this out. An elderly gentleman of 67 years old, a professional with a good job and everything, and a person that is 67, and his appearance, he even looks younger. Check this out. This elderly gentleman fell in love with if I'm not mistaken, he fell in love with a young girl. I think I'm not. I have to check. But being that I have so much work sometimes, I can't. I don't have enough time. I don't. My time is very limited. But if I give you the wrong information, I will correct it. I will correct it. Okay, this elderly man of 67 years old fell in love with a young girl. I believe she was in her 20s. She was in her 20s. She's married. She's married and she has children and everything. And she works in a little supermarket. This elderly man, according to the news, to be clear, according to the news, which I will recheck, according to the news, this man fell in love with this young lady. Something happened. The elderly man went to the little supermarket, went inside, and you know what this elderly man did? He killed he killed her. He shot her. He just went into the supermarket. I believe they say, but I have to recheck. Allegedly, they had a relationship. The elderly man with the young lady. Allegedly, to be clear, allegedly they had a love relationship. The elderly man with the young lady. And I'm going to try to get more information. That way, we can discuss the case. It's very sad. So the elderly man goes into the supermarket. She works there as a cashier, or she used to work because she is dead. May God rest her soul. He killed her. So he shoots her. They say he shot her like 4 and 5 times. That is unacceptable. For that act, he will burn in the depths of hell, to be clear. Okay, after he kills her, he gets in his car and uh, he goes, they say he went back to his home. Once he gets to his home, he commits suicide. He commits suicide. So now we have two people dead, and we have motherless children. They say, and I have to check, allegedly, she had 4 children, 4 babies, because she was a young girl. So that means her 4 kids are young kids. But that is a tragedy. That is sad. That is sad. Let me see what the chat is saying. Okay, welcome, Mountain Man. Welcome. Kid Rock says a punk move, and hell is to go for that animal. Okay? Okay. Let me wait, hold on. Okay. Mountain Man says, Mountain Man Steve, welcome. Mountain Man, amen. Okay, Bella Mia says, that's so horrible. Okay. Bella Mia says, oh my God. Okay. Okay. Okay, Paul C, good night, Paul C, and God bless you, and thank you for coming. And this is your channel always. God bless you, Paul C, and rest up, rest up. God bless you. Okay, okay. Now, this is that is a tragedy. Now you have now you have 2 families. And also this, that we must analyze how the husband of the young girl, I mean, how must he be feeling? That is a very that is very sad. That is very sad. And the kid and the child now, them young kids, they don't have a mother. Now, now this is very important. See, now we go back. Now we go back to the topic. Now we go back to the topic and the incident that happened yesterday here on this channel. That's how come it is important. You have to control. You have to be in control all the time. You cannot get triggered. This elderly man, look what happened. He got triggered. He got triggered, and his trigger completely went overboard. He completely lost control. Look, he killed a human being, and then he killed himself. You see, that that is what happens when you do not have control. And also, what is an elderly man of 67 years old falling in love with a young girl, a young married girl? That is crazy. That is crazy. You see, human beings have no control. You must be in control at all times. Look at that case. Look at that case. That's how come I was saying yesterday. That's how come I was saying we must have control. And all of this that goes on YouTube every day, people insulting each other. And one day, look what that elderly man did. And allegedly he did that for love. That is not love. But in his mind, look where love, look where love, look look where love led him to. In his mind, to be clear. That is crazy. That's how come we must have control. We must learn to control. We cannot go crazy. We have to have respect. Look what happened to that elderly man. A complete loss of respect for human life. He killed a young mother. He killed a young mother and he killed himself. He has committed two mortal sins. He took the life of another person and he took his own life, which is a sin. To be clear, people that commit suicide, they're committing a mortal sin. And also very important, people that assist others in suicide, the same thing. It's a mortal sin. You are committing murder. If you help someone commit suicide, you are a murderer. Plain and simple. There's a lot of people. Look how the world is. There's people that justify people that commit suicide and people that help them commit suicide. Look at the world that we're living. It is a crazy world. If I help someone commit suicide, I am a murderer. That is not justified. We must be clear. If I help someone commit suicide, I am a murderer. Plain and simple. And the person that commits suicide is committing a sin. They are no There are no justifiable suicide. That is crazy. And another thing, and I say this with respect, but we must be real. A man, a man submitting himself in an operation to be a woman. That is infamia. That is blasphemy. Again, I repeat, if you are a man and you submit yourself to an operation to convert yourself in a woman, you that is blasphemy. That is immoral. That goes against the laws of God. We must be clear. If I am born a man, I am a man. Period. If you are born a woman, you are a woman. Now, listen to me carefully to what I'm about to say. If you are a man and you have tendencies of homosexuality under the Constitution of the United States of America, because we are Americans, uh, we respect that right under the Constitution of the United States of America. To be clear, uh, uh, it is illegal to discriminate. It is illegal to discriminate against you. It is illegal to harass you because it's illegal. It is a crime. And I want everyone that is listening, we heterosexuals must respect people that decide to have other other we heterosexuals must respect homosexuals and people that are lesbians. We I have nothing against them. I will never do harm to anyone of them. I respect them. I will not discriminate against them, and I respect them. That is me, and I hope everyone does the same. And we mind our own business. To be clear, we mind our own business. But to be clear, we must be clear under the laws of God, it is a sin. To be clear, we must be clear. But uh, uh, but me, Edwin Jimenez, and being that I am the content creator of this channel, to be clear, this channel respects people that are homosexual and people that are lesbians. To be clear, we respect them, and here on this channel, they are welcome to become subscribers and also welcome to be on the panel and will be treated with the utmost respect and with the utmost honor. To be clear, because I want to be clear. We must be clear. I am just giving my opinion. I am just giving my opinion, but you can agree or disagree with me. That is your right. Okay. Okay. So getting back to the topic at hand. The topic is trigger. Trigger. We cannot be triggered. Look what happened to that elderly man because he did not control. He lost control. And also, all the human race listen to this carefully. God intended that everyone in the human race would be like family, but we are not like family. Some of us are like family, but look at the world. Look at YouTube. People fighting one channel fights one channel fighting against the other every day, every day, every day, the same thing. And all of that is lack of faith in God. Bottom line, you could agree or disagree with me, but it is reality. That elderly man did not have God in his heart. If that elderly man would have had, hold on, please, hold on. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Please excuse the interruption. Okay, okay. Hold on, please, hold on. Okay, I want to welcome Andrea Fatali. Andrea Fatali, my dear friend from Rome. A big hug, Andrea. A big hug. And thank you for coming. And God bless your family and your dear grandma and your dear grandmother. Let me tell you, uh, being that Andrea lives in Rome, Italy, uh, Andrea's grandmother, with all respect, looks like a young lady of 40 years old. She is in perfect health and she looks so beautiful. God bless. Let me tell you, and this is a fact, people from Italy, people from Greece, elderly people from Europe, they are more healthier than us Americans. There is even a documentary. There is even a documentary that CBS 60 Minutes did on the people of Italy and the people of Greece. Elderly people over 60, 70, 80. They look like 40-year-olds. They have the energy of people that are 20 years old. It's the way the food that they eat and the life they eat good food, natural food, and they live in a beautiful place in front of the ocean. They take care of themselves. It's all in their lives. They're full of love in their hearts and everything. So so God bless Andrea. God bless Andrea and his family and his grandmama. His grandmama. Okay. So getting back to the topic, God intended the human race to be like family. That's how come I titled the thumbnail "We Are All Family," and I put that famous song, which was very famous in the late '70s and the early '80s, and that song is still famous today. And let me tell you, the music of my era, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, the best music ever. The best music ever. So getting back to the topic, and I want to stress it, look, look, everyone, examine yourselves. I want everyone to examine themselves. Do you get triggered? Ask yourself, do you get triggered? If someone says, uh, uh, if someone calls you a jerk off, would you lose control and kill the person? Ask yourself that. Are you that kind of person that if someone criticizes you, you lose control? Let me tell you, and I'm talking in general, I will not mention names. Here on YouTube, I have seen content creators that if someone even disagrees with them on a topic, they lose control. They even they will even expel the person that asked them a question. That is crazy. An example. This is just an example. This will never happen. If someone asks me a question, why should I block the person? It makes no. Now, to be clear, if you disrespect the channel, if you curse and make problems and bring gossip and drama, no, you are gone. To be clear, you are gone forever. But if you ask me a simple question about a topic, if you tell me, Edwin, I do not agree with nothing that you said tonight. Okay, I I accept that and I respect that. You see, no problem. But they are content creators that will lose control completely and will curse that person out. Hold on, everyone. Let's say that mountain man says, Edwin, I don't agree with nothing. I don't agree with nothing. I don't agree with nothing that what you said tonight. Okay, mountain man, you're blocked completely, and you are expelled. And then they curse mountain man. A lot of people on YouTube that have channels will do that, and that is crazy. That means that that person does not qualify to have a channel because mountain man has the right to agree or disagree with me. Everyone in the chat has the right to agree or disagree with me. There's no problem. Let me check the chat. Okay, okay. Kid Rock says, Karen, I agree with you 100%. I think when people get a little older, they think things through with a clear head. Okay, uh, not well. That comment. Well, some of us do and some of us don't. There's a lot of elderly people that don't have that disrespect young people. So them elderly people have no right. Uh, okay, let me explain it. Let me explain it clearly. There's a lot of elderly people that have no respect. So that means that they do not deserve respect from any age. To be clear. And Karen says anyone has their moments, right? But we have to see that elderly man that killed. That is an unacceptable. To be clear, that is an unacceptable moment. So that's how come it's very important, Miss Karen, very important for all of us to come. We cannot be triggered because look where triggered took that elderly man. He murdered. He murdered a human being, and then he took his own life. Look, look at the people that destroyed the Twin Towers. No control whatsoever. They hijack a plane. That is crazy. Look, these people, their minds completely brainless. They take a plane and they crash it into the World Trade Center. You know how many people died that day? Thousands and thousands of people, innocent people. Thousands and thousands of families without mothers and fathers. That was horrible. Let me tell you, the September 11th of 2001 was for me and for us Americans the most depressing day of our lives. We shall never forget. We shall never forget. And our respect, and God bless all the families and all them people that died. I hope God has them in heaven. They deserve to be in heaven. That was a that was a very sad day and a very sad time for us Americans and for the whole world. So we must control to be triggered. We must control that. Okay, let me see what time is it. I've been on the air for over an hour. Okay, okay. So I hope everyone has gotten the point. We must control our tempers. We must control our tempers, and we must become more professional. Some people think, and this I say with the utmost respect, because I know there's a lot of people that have different opinions. And I don't believe me. I don't believe in cursing. I think when we express ourselves, we should be educated and stop using bad words. Uh, Bad words, not professional. And also, if young kids, if your sons and daughters that are young, they hear you, you're giving a bad example. That is just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Okay. You just save it in your wallets. Just imagine if I would come up, if I would come up on the panel every day and say bad words all the time. I don't know. If I go to a channel and I hear a content creator speak a lot of bad words, a lot of, I just leave. Me. Uh, I'm going to give you another example. Let's say that I was single. Let's say that I was single and that I would have, because I'm an old man already. I'm 67. So I'm not going to give an example by me being 67 because I am an old man, period. Let's say that I was single and that I was 25. That I was 25 and I'm a good looking young man. I'm real handsome and I am a ladies man. I am a George Clooney of 25 years old, or I am a Denzel Washington of 25 years old. Let, uh, let's just make believe. I'm making believe. Okay. Let's say that I meet a 25-year-old Sophia Loren. Imagine that. A 25-year-old Sophia Loren. That is like a Rolls Royce. That is like a new Rolls Royce. That is full factory guarantee. No mileage. Zero miles. 0 miles. A 25-year-old Sophia Loren. Uh, she is she is she is she is the virgin farm girl. Just imagine all the men, all the men in the chat. Imagine Sophia Loren, 25 years old, virgin farm girl, 0 miles, 0 miles, factory guarantee. Just came out of factory, just like a new car. Just imagine Sophia Loren in your mind. She is a new car, a new car. The men know what I'm talking about. I say it with respect. 0 miles, 0 miles. In other words, you can be married. You can marry her right there. Marriage, instant marriage. Okay. Just imagine this. You start talking to Sophia Loren, and everything Sophia Loren is a four-letter word. Is a four-letter word. It's F this and F that. F this and F that. Well, in my case, women that use obscene language, no matter how beautiful they are, I'm sorry, I will not. I am not available for dating. That's the way I think. And there's a lot of men like me that think like me. A lot of men, they don't mind that a woman that curses. But let me tell you, a woman that curses a lot won't get married as fast as a woman that doesn't curse. A woman that doesn't curse has a better chance of getting married faster than a woman that curses, with all respect. So I hope everybody gets my point. We have to control, because a woman can be beautiful, just like a man. A man can be handsome. But if a man is vulgar and disrespectful, the ladies will leave him alone. And that is reality. Okay, I hope everyone understands. Okay, let me check the chat. Let me check the chat. Okay. Kid Rock says, yes, imagine them in real life. Very disturbing. Karen says, Kid, wait. Okay. Mountain Man says, oh, yeah, Edwin, gutter mouth is great for the gutter only. Okay. That's a good comment, Mountain Man. That's a good comment. Hold on. Okay, wait. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me repeat Mountain Man's comment, which I find very I agree with it. Oh yeah, Edwin, gutter mouth is great for the gutter only. Okay. Good comment, Mountain Man. Hold on. Okay. 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 Karen says, Kid Rock, unfortunately, some people are on here, and you can see they have emotional issues. That is an excellent comment. Also, let me put it up on the screen. Miss Karen, excellent comment. Miss Karen says to Kid Rock, unfortunately, some people are on here, and you can see they have emotional issues. That is an excellent comment. And the way Miss Karen phrased it, with honor, with respect, and tactfulness. I congratulate you, Miss Karen. Very, that is called and very educated comment. She made, she made, she made, she made an important observation, but she seasoned it. That way, no one could feel offended. The way she, the way she phrased it. So that is great. So we can learn a lot from Miss Karen. Miss Karen, I congratulate you. You are a very intelligent woman, person. You're a very intelligent person, and you should have your own channel. You should have your own channel, Miss Karen. Miss Karen, would you like to come up on the panel and say some words of knowledge to us? It would be an honor. Miss Karen, would you like me to paste the link? You tell me. Okay, Miss Karen, hold on, please. Okay, to be clear, I am posting the link for Miss Karen only. For Miss Karen only. Hold on, Miss Karen. It will take me at least 2 minutes. Hold on, everyone. Hold on, please. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. I'm going to get the link. I'm going to get the link. Wait. Oh, okay. Uh, I will be back. I will be back. I am going to the magic vault. Okay. The link is in the chat for Miss Karen only. The link is in the chat for Miss Karen only, please. Okay. Mountain Man says, listening to this thunder is also very unique for myself. I've never heard continuous rumbling. It's going on 37 minutes, just starting to rain. Okay? Okay, hold on. Okay, we have Miss Karen. We have Miss Karen. Okay, welcome, Miss Karen. Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
Welcome, Miss Karen.
Hi, thanks for having me on. Can you hear me?
Okay, Miss Karen,
Yeah.
as always, it is an honor and a privilege to have such an intelligent person on the panel. Uh, we, our utmost respect and God bless your family. And thank you, Miss Karen. Thank you for finally being on the panel.
Oh,
The floor is yours, Miss Karen. The floor is yours.
well, thank you. You're always so complimentary and you're so nice and always your chat is great. And I find that there's a lot of people that have a lot of interesting things to say and are very intelligent too. So I always enjoy just kind of popping on. You're the only chat that I'm in these days. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I don't like to participate in other chats just because there's just too many people in it, and yours just seems to be. I like the whole idea of you don't want to have anyone talk about any content creators. You don't want any rumors brought in. You kind of trying to set a standard, this kind of best practices that people should follow if they're on YouTube. Uh, but I don't know that everyone is capable of following your lead, unfortunately.
And also, Miss Karen, and this is very important. What I am trying to do on YouTube, they can use it also for their lives. Because outside of YouTube, people must have a professional behavior. If not, if not, they're going to have a lot of problems. Do you
True.
understand?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
of
Miss
course.
Cat. Oh, okay, Miss Karen. I have to do something. I have to do something. Uh, you, uh, you are in charge of the panel. I
Okay.
will be back. I will be back in around 10 minutes. You
Okay.
are the boss, and this is your channel. So I will be back in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay. I'm
Okay,
gonna steer the ship right now
right.
while the
To
captain
be
goes
clear,
somewhere else.
Miss Karen, to be clear, you are the ultimate boss of bosses.
Well,
I
I
will be
like
back.
that. I like that. I want to be the boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Okay. So I'm just looking at some of the comments now and just looking at Mountain Man Steve and just how he's saying he's mentally exhausted and physically, and yet he's 44, but he's knowing that where he is the best uh, that he is, and you can only kind of do what you can do. Sometimes YouTube kind of it's triggering this platform, and it's not just the people that kind of hi Chai Hooker. It's not just the people that kind of are running chats. It's sometimes people that are in the chats, and it's hard to kind of have this sort of best practices that people should follow. But I find that the best thing to do is that for people who are running chats, they may not want to always interact with everyone in their chats. That's where I think there are problems. They may want to just have their content, but not interact with everyone because once in a while you are going to get somebody in there who might say something that you feel like is going to provoke you. And the minute you lose your cool on one of these lives, somebody can clip it, they can send it around, it can be taken out of context. So the best thing to do is sort of uh, try to try to hold back a bit. It's not like you're dealing with somebody on the outside. Obviously, if somebody's going to just provoke you, you can handle it differently. And I think everybody does. I think we all have that sort of public face and private face. At work, you have to act a certain way, and you can be dealing with really intolerable people or clients that are, but you if you are dealing with something in your own private life, then it's a little bit different. Then you don't have to act the same way to, I mean, within reason. But a lot of times when you are on these chats, people are listening. And yeah, I've spoken, I've seen trolls in chats, and I was on another person's stream a long time ago, and he had just somebody that showed up, and they were just trolling, and they're just fishing to get an answer from you. And the best thing to do is the mods can just take them out, or you just have to ignore it. That's the problem. The one thing is if you keep on answering them, then it's like they have a Pavlovian response. They see you, they see that you're talking, and then they think, oh, let me bait you again. I've seen many content creators get take the bait, and then it turns into a life of its own. So the best thing to do is to always sort of try to exercise a little bit of restraint, but it's hard. It's sometimes people get slandered, and you want to absolutely tell your side of the story, but sometimes people are very good at being these trolls. They kind of get you and they keep on reeling you in, and the more you try to explain and tell your story and say I have proof, sometimes you end up being uh, ignored. And I can see Chai Hooker is saying, Karen, 100%. And Kid Rock saying keeping a level head is the best, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. I agree. Everyone's human, and there are times where you're going to get pushed and you might blow your top. But if you're on YouTube, what is going to happen is someone can take a clip. They won't show the full context. People get, there are terrible things that can happen on here. People, their family members can get reached out to. I've seen people just numerous misunderstandings, and sometimes it isn't misunderstandings. Um, and I'm just reading Chai Hooker's comment. Karen, I know exactly what you mean. To stay calm, making my point the other night with proof, and it's hard to do that. And I didn't see, I didn't see you do that, Chai Hooker. I'm only in this chat, so I have no idea what's going on any of the other channels. I really wasn't in most channels anyway. I was in like one or two, but I think it's hard. When you're presenting your side, you're speaking sometimes to. It's kind of like you're in the Wild West, you're speaking to the most unpoliced platform I've ever seen, which is YouTube. So it's hard to kind of present your points. Sometimes people talk over you, or a host may mute you or boot you. It's very difficult. It's not like being in a court of law where you have a judge. I've always said that YouTube, sometimes it needs a referee, but I think what Edwin's trying to do is he's trying to establish a certain standard. My feeling is that a lot of these content creators, some of them try, and then some of them fall very short of it because of various reasons, or they make their money based on controversy. It keeps them going. So it's hard, but just knowing that if you're going to speak on a panel, you can't get triggered by somebody who shows up in the chat and may say something to you or accuse you of something. You can address it and then move on. And if they keep on doing it, you can ask a mod to take them out or just ignore it. But I find that the more you talk about it, the more you give that person attention, it takes on a life of its own. So you have to kind of move through it. And best thing to do is run content. A lot of times, if you're up on a panel or if you have someone that is running their own chat, the best thing to do is to just concentrate on content and not about who's doing what in this chat or whatever it may be. There are other chats that are for that, but I think the best things and the most successful people who have run these chats are the ones that just strictly concentrate on content and actually have more limited interactions with their chats. Some of them don't even have chats. And they can speak to people in the comments that they leave after. I think people like the interaction, but the interaction also can have another side, and it can have a side effect that's not so good. So I always think that having strong content and sticking to that is best. And if you're going to have something that might be a little controversial, if it's political, you're going to get strong feelings. You have to know your audience. So you're going to have to look at that and weigh that. But I've seen people as of late talk to me about, misunderstandings on YouTube and in chats, and I feel that's a lot of times people don't want to uh, get up and speak on these panels, or they don't want to say too much or be too visible, and I can understand. I'm just reading Chai Hooker's comment. Karen, you're fine. I was on Angel Gotti's panel explaining how someone has been lying for months about military service, special treatment, boxing career, but it will be turned into questions about why I was. Um, so yes, Edwin doesn't want anyone to mention a content creator, and I haven't seen Angel's show since January 15th, so I haven't really been watching all these chats. I actually always just got on and watched just straight content. I would always watch investigative shows, and so I never got into any chat except for 2022, I think. That was the first year that I did. And I never, I didn't think too much of the chats. I thought it was okay. And then you end up, you know, striking up conversations with people. And all in all, it was a good experience. There was a lot of good people, and there's still people that I see and recognize and play very nicely in the chats. I don't think Chai Hooker actually meant anything. I think he was just trying to state his case about someone. I don't know who that person is. I haven't been watching any shows, but yeah, we won't be mentioning any content creators because, as Edwin said, he made a really good point. Even if you're saying something that is complimentary, or you're saying something that might just be taken out of context, all of the sudden it can start arguments, and that's the problem. And then people will kind of come into Edwin's chat, and he really wants to keep everything just very neutral, and he just wants to talk about sort of what's going on in the news. And that's okay, Chai Hooker. um, he just wants to talk about what's going on in the news, a lot of a lot of political events, any kinds of things that have come up that are of interest to people. It doesn't have to be political events. It can just be like Edwin brought up 9/11, and the anniversary is coming up soon, and it's been a long time. It is, let's see, what is it, the 22nd anniversary of 9/11. I can't even believe it. I'd worked downtown in Manhattan, and that blew my mind. I was really young. I was just, right out of college. It was a nightmare, but uh, a lot of us have our stories. I think what's really interesting is when people start talking about their own lives on here, or things that they have gone through, or things that they've kind of conquered, because everyone has a story. And then it's kind of interesting to hear their side, whether it's a struggle that they've gone through or something that they've done where they've been able to build a business or do something that was really out of the box. And a lot of times you do your greatest work when you're at your lowest point, when you have like everything taken away, and then you have to really look at a new direction. And it's really interesting. I remember one content creator was saying he, you know, for many years he had issues and trouble with the law, and then he started to change things, and he ended up living in a better place, and now he has uh, a beautiful home, and he didn't think he could ever have these things, but he's gone forward, and it was, taking one step, and it's not something. You don't always have to be successful when you're young. It can happen at any stage of your life. It's one of those things that you can always reinvent, you can always change. People don't have to stop and say, oh, well, if I'm not successful by this age, then I'll never be successful. It's not true. That's a very ageist way of looking at everything. So I think the best thing to do is sometimes tell stories that are relatable, keep to neutral topics. If it is going to be something political, then have people agree to disagree. I think that's a good thing to do. Always have people agree to disagree, because it's good to learn from someone else. I think people think everything is very black and white, and that's not true. There are a lot of reasons why people do things, and it may not be what you think. I think there's a lot of misconceptions. People kind of prejudge very quickly, and the more you hear about something and the more you let somebody talk, it's a lot better. Uh, Now, Edwin, where are you? The captain of the ship. I don't know where he is. I think he's on a lifeboat or something. I don't know where he is. He's floating around. I'm just looking at Shy Hooker's comment. Oh, the GA prosecutor. Yeah, the Georgia prosecutor. I did read something about that. I didn't I have been following things in the news. One thing I keep on seeing is dead celebrities show up. Every time I go online, I always get something that says this celebrity is has passed away. This celebrity has passed away, and it's like all different age ranges, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? What's in the water over there? I don't know what it is, but I keep on seeing this. This is my show now. Man, I'm going to be talking just Edwin's given me the show. But I keep on seeing people, like one man, he had COVID, and he was a wrestler, I think. He's only 36 years old, but he had underlying heart conditions and he passed away. And then I've seen there was somebody else Bob Barker died, but he was turning 100 this year. Now, Bob was a character. He was just he had some things going on The Price is Right, where he had some, dalliances with some of the girls. I think it was Diane Parker. If you read up about him, he was very charitable towards animals, but not so easy to work with. But he had lived almost 100 years old, and he had heart surgery. I think it was maybe I want to say early 80s, could have been early 90s. And he lived on past that. And he was having, before he had passed away, he had a couple falls, but you can never count somebody out. Here he had like major heart surgery, and he still kept on going. Bob was always on The Price is Right. I only watched the show when I was sick, when I was home from school. But there was another woman on his show, and I don't know if any of you remember, she was one of the girls who her husband went missing, and he went missing in Afghanistan. She did not know. He was some sort of, I don't know, he's working for the government, and he didn't tell her. And so he went missing, and she was trying to find out what happened to him. She remarried later, and she was able to get all these documents declassified. And she couldn't believe what she found, that her husband was sort of this agent or something that had, uh, I think he was a German man or something, it could have been Swiss, but he had gone to Afghanistan to fight and he was killed in action, and she had no idea what happened. And yet every day she had to show up on The Price is Right, and she still was able to keep her job, but she was mortified. She had a really interesting story. And oh, Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt died within 24 hours. Both were wrestlers. Yeah, this is kind of, I don't know. I'm reading a lot about these celebrity deaths. I saw Arlene Sorkin, who was kind of a, I don't know, a B-level actress. She, I think, ran like America's Funniest Home Videos like years ago. She died in her 60s. She had MS. But it just seems to me like this year is sort of like the year of the dead. Every time I look, there's always a dead celebrity. I'm like, enough already. So went to Afghanistan twice, in Iraq twice. I'd rather spend 5 years in Iraq than 6 months in Afghanistan. Well, Afghanistan was that was a pretty tough place to be. I had family in the military, and they did go to Iraq and Afghanistan, because of the Taliban, was so completely torn down. It used to be a center of like, I mean, it used to be very cosmopolitan. It was very different before, the Taliban got their hands on it. But if you look at pictures from like the 70s or early 80s, it was completely different. And then during the war, when we had gone in, you could see just the destruction that the Taliban had caused before the American troops got there. And Iraq, it was a little bit different. Saddam, as crazy as he was able to kind of keep these warring factions at bay. But still, one of my family members had said when they were there, they saw a lot of these men who were in the military, they would show up as friends. And then by the time they had to deal with the conditions there, which it was brutally hot, and it was difficult. A lot of these men were, at odds with each other, and a lot of people had PTSD after this, or even just depression, because they were on these bases. They would get, they would have air raids going on. You'd have your adrenaline pumping, sitting there with gas masks, and then after the war, it was like your adrenaline was going so much, it was almost like, okay, well, what do I do now? What do I do now? So I knew a lot of people that suffered from that. I had a neighbor that did. She called it adrenaline fatigue. She said she had been put in so many situations where, again, her adrenaline was pumping and she was exhausted. And she said she got to the point where she became completely depressed. She wasn't able to react the same way to certain situations, and she had to get some help for that. But yes, Shai Hooker, thank you for your service. It's always I always appreciate the military. They have the hardest job, and that's why I don't like Jane Fonda. I know we can talk about Jane Fonda, Edwin. I don't think anyone here likes Jane Fonda. If you do, I'm not going to apologize for what I'm about to say. I despise her, and I have so many arguments with people in California who really don't remember what she had done. She was a rich girl from Beverly Hills, from an acting dynasty, and she just wanted to be a subversive and stir things up. She had gone over to Vietnam, and she had seen prisoners of war. She did nothing to help them. These men were getting destroyed, and she was going back to her house in Beverly Hills. Me, as someone who has my father served during the Vietnam War, my uncle served during the Vietnam War, my stepfather served during the Vietnam War. So of course I have hatred towards Jane Fonda. I don't hate many people, but she's up on my list. And I don't like her because she's never really done anything to to change, to rectify, to remedy anything. She's never suffered professionally. She was on the FBI's list. She was in a group called the White Panthers, and she was funneling money to the Black Panthers. And I felt like saying, if you're so worried about people who, let's say, are suffering from police brutality or might not be getting uh, trials with adequate representation, let's say they're being thrown to legal aid, which is not the best, I'm like, why don't you fund those defenses instead of funding groups where they can get into trouble if they're out there protesting and if, God forbid, it turns into a riot? So oh, I don't like her. We have talked about that, Karen. Yes, Kid Rock and I did talk about that. And yes, Shy Hooker, she did go after the soldiers, which makes me laugh because the soldiers weren't the ones that started the Vietnam War. Kennedy sent in advisors and he said, I don't want to go in. When he was killed, Lyndon Johnson said, I'm going to escalate this, but I will not call it a war. It was an undeclared war. And he kept on sending boys over and they were getting slaughtered. And to go after the soldiers makes no sense. They were told, you go in or you go to jail. Now, people like Jane Fonda, her brother didn't have to worry. People who were wealthy didn't have to worry. They would get doctors to say that, uh, they had a bone spur. They couldn't go in. They had something wrong with their back. They had all of this nonsense. My father had a herniated disc, and he knew his draft number was coming up. And so he went into the Navy. He said he didn't want to dig ditches. But for some others, like we knew someone who, this guy was a track star in high school. He got out of the Vietnam War because the doctor was sympathetic to him and said, oh, okay, we'll say there's something wrong with your foot and that we can get you out. So I always feel for the men that were dragged over there and then treated very badly by this celebrity who is so out of touch. And she's never really apologized. People have said she's apologized. She hasn't apologized, really. She's never been hurt professionally by this. And she could have cared less. She never remedied it. It's not like she gave money to the VA. It's not like she helped any of these men. They were sent over for a war where the country wasn't backing them. They were treated badly when they got home, and it didn't make sense. So, and I'm just looking at Shy Hooker's comment. Karen 100% enacted the draft for a conflict. It would be funny if not so sad. Yeah, it's true. She did go after the soldiers, though. Yeah, the Vietnam vets were treated very badly, or called baby killers, which to paint them all as that is completely untrue. War is hell. Things do happen. Things happen. But to say that everyone was doing that, that's completely wrong. So I despise, I despise that woman. But I can never, I shouldn't talk about Jane Fonda. I might go on too long about her. I just don't watch any of her shows, and I never will. But that's Hollywood. I don't find that Hollywood stands up for much. They sit down for a lot, though. They stand up when it benefits them. So I'm not a fan of celebrities. So it is possible to live in Los Angeles, but not like celebrities. And I'm certainly not a fan of that industry. I thank God I have nothing to do with that industry. I can take people individually, but not interested at all. But now I'm just looking at the comments to see Hollywood didn't help the image. We have about war. Well, it depends. I always thought that if certain generations were to fight during World War II, we would all be speaking German. So take the 60s. Not the men that went over there and served, but the flower children, the college kids that decided to just get high and sit in communes. If there's a draft like in World War II where you all had to go over, believe you me, we would be speaking German right now. That wasn't a generation, by and large, that wanted to fight for anything, in my opinion. But oh, there's Hev MC. I hope you're feeling better. I know that you had a terrible headache. So for anyone that has migraines, I know that Hev MC was saying that she had a terrible sinus headache. But there's a natural supplement that works. I know most people roll their eyes at it, but my aunt had terrible migraines for years and years. And it was like this low grade headache. And what she would do is take this supplement called Feverfew every day. And it was the only thing that took away her migraines. And my mother had tried it too because my mother had suffered from it. The thing is that in the UK it's a little bit more potent, so what you get works a little bit better than what you get in the US, but you can get it from like GNC or Whole Foods. But if anyone suffers from migraines and does not want to take uh, medication, pain medication, this natural supplement, oddly enough, it's the strangest name, Feverfew. Uh, it works it works really well. And my aunt had these low grade headaches for like 30 years and nothing was working. So I'm hoping that Have MC is feeling better. She probably is because she popped on and she's from Australia. So I'm hoping that she can get something or at least get it on Amazon. Kid Rocky used Excedrin migraine. I can't do that. That has so much caffeine in it. It makes me jumpy and jittery. I cannot. It makes me feel like I have like the shakes. I can't do Excedrin. Excedrin's too, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. And I hate swallowing any big pills, so I'm not. I usually try to plow through it, or I do it like a little kid does, and I'll like kind of crunch the pills. I can't. I can't swallow anything whole. It just doesn't work for me. So thank God I don't get too many headaches. I mean, I do at times, but I don't have migraines like some people do. Very rarely, but those can knock you out. So hoping that Have MC is okay. I'm just kind of reading through the chat as people jump on. Hi, Tommy2274. He's saying hi to Mountain Man and Kid Rock. It's always interesting when Kid Rock jumps up on the panel and he starts talking about things. Um, I enjoy listening to everybody who has spoke up here because I think people come from all kind of different angles and come from different parts of the country and they have their own stories to tell. And I think it's interesting, even if you don't subscribe to somebody's show or you don't know much about it. It's kind of interesting to see people talk about an array of topics because anybody can address anything, but you would be surprised when you speak to people and they give you a different side or they may agree with you about something. It's just kind of it's nice to see everyone's opinions. Yes, no, Kid Rock, it's definitely well deserved. I think for some people it's hard to get up here and they want to talk about things, but I kind of appreciate when people give their opinions about subjects that some people may think are controversial or they may not want to go there. I think people are talking about the immigration issue, and so there's a lot of different ways to look at it. But it was interesting to see how, what Kid Rock was saying. I think that's how you sort of learn from people. And I'm just looking again at some of the comments. Only time I've been close to UK is refueling in Germany, Ireland, or Spain. On the way to Kuwait, only ever seen the airports. It's crazy. Jack Daniels is cheaper in Ireland than here. Ah, Jack Daniels is cheaper in Ireland. I know that the Guinness is supposed to be stronger in Ireland than here, and I always thought it was because they probably water it down when they send it over here. It would make them more money and be in their best interest to water it down, although it would not be so great for us. But Jack Daniels is great. Johnny Walker, I like bourbon. I really do like bourbon. I like bourbon with like a little bit of like a sweetness to it. I'm not somebody who loves wine. It's just not for me. It's too acidic. But bourbon, brandy, I mean, they're strong drinks, but they're good. Martinis, love martinis. I like appletinis though. I'm such a girl. I like the very sweet appletinis, not dirty martinis. Jack Daniel's Distillery is 18 miles away from my house. Oh, Shy Hooker, you must live in the land of happiness. That's great. You could just go to the Jack Daniel's Distillery. My uncle had this distillery in his house in England, and he would make actually the most fantastic wine. It was great. And my other cousin went to the Guinness factory over in Ireland for a vacation. He said it was the happiest place on earth. So, according to him, it was. I don't know. Beer kind of gets me hungry. And I'm one of those people, I just drink socially. I think I was the only person that didn't drink during the pandemic. I was like, "Ugh, I need a Hershey bar. I need a chocolate bar. I need something." I was like, that was me. I didn't know what to think. I was in LA, so things were a lot more active here than in other parts of the country. So there was a lot more chaos here. And I kind of expect there to be a bit of chaos before the next election, too, unfortunately. But I can kind of see that coming. I wish I wish that I were wrong. I can see some of the mandates coming back too. And I think that's going to cause some issues between people. So I don't see a shutdown, but I do see that vaccines may become an issue. Certain jobs may require them again. The mask mandate may come back. So I'm hoping that people won't be told, stay away from going out socially, or I would like to not see any restaurants lose business because these are small business owners and they were following protocols, especially out in Los Angeles, and they were getting shut down. But movie studios who are not following protocols all the time were not getting shut down. So it's kind of like Animal Farm out here. Some pigs are more equal than others. So that might seem a little bit blunt, but it's a direct quote, and it's true. So there's a lot of people that did suffer who are small business owners, and I always feel bad about that. A lot of restaurants shuttered out here, and they were not able to open again, which is horrible because a lot of these people are just they're relying on this. This is their income. They put in everything into these restaurants, and then they couldn't hold on to their workers. They couldn't. They didn't have the amount of people coming. It was really a shame. Shiaker says I think I smoke way too much uh, bud during the pandemic, and Guinness is too heavy for you, but you get full, and but you love your Jack Daniels. That's good. Shy Hooker, Johnny Walker Black too. That's good.
Miss Karen,
Yes,
excellent.
we're going through you know, wine and beer, and I think I spoke about everything. I was flying solo, so I didn't want it to be a
Oh,
stream of consciousness. I just didn't want any dead air. But I figured since the captain of the ship jumped for a
no,
minute,
no.
had to
Miss
steer it.
Karen, Miss Karen, being that I was on over an hour, uh, it's my opinion that the audience wants to hear someone else. So that's how come I gave you the opportunity.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think it's good if other audience members jump up too, and it's nice to just talk with other people too. Uh, I like the way that you run your chat, and you're probably the only person that runs your chat the way you do. And I think that people a lot of times play, pretty nicely in your chat. I've seen some of these people for a while, so I think I think highly of them. I've seen Shy Hooker for a while, always been very nice. Kid Rock, Mountain Man Steve's a newer person. Brooklyn Bounce, certainly. I've known Brooklyn Bounce for a long, long time. Long, long time. Nobody knows that, but it's truth.
and and also Miss Karen, Miss Heaven has a net. Miss Heaven also has an excellent channel. Also,
I know she does. She does. She was talking about it yesterday. I think a lot of, and I
yeah.
think Mountain Man Steve also has a channel too.
Okay, Miss Karen,
Yeah.
being that we were being that today's telecast is gonna be almost 2 hours. I would like you to give your I would like you to give your closing statement.
Okay. All right. Well, it was great getting up here and speaking, and I was trying to figure out subtopics that were engaging enough, and just trying to be general and say things that sort of were important to you too, Edwin, and then just also trying to interact with the chat. And as always, it's a pleasure to do that. Hi, Montauk. It's always a pleasure to do that. Love seeing the same faces in the chat, and I hope that I can hop on at some point and chit chat with everyone in the future.
It is, Miss Karen. I
Yeah.
want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And this is your channel also, Miss Karen.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it's everyone's channel. You're really gracious to let everyone kind of get up and talk and and share ideas. So I think that's really fantastic.
And just one thing, Miss Karen, I just hope that I don't get sued by CBS because they'll get jealous. They'll get jealous that you. They'll get jealous that you are on this channel also.
They'll probably want to get rid of me because I spoke about Jane Fonda.
Okay. So, Miss Karen, God bless you, and
Yes.
I have a safe weekend.
Yes.
And I hope you will come back to the panel again. Okay.
Always. All right. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Karen. I want to thank. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming. Everyone is welcome. I want to say good night to everyone individually because everyone here is important. Uh, Thank you again, Miss Karen. Thank you, Tommy. God bless you always, Tommy. 2274. Miss Heaven, as always. God bless you and thank you. Mountain Man. Mountain Man. The next time, I want to invite you on the panel. So be prepared. I want to invite you. That way you can come on the panel. Also, Tommy. And Chi Hooker is also welcome. Chi Hooker, thank you for coming, and I really appreciate that you came to visit us today. This is your channel also. Montac, as always, Montac, I want to see you on the panel in the future, if God permits. And Montac, you are always welcome. God bless you. And as always, Kid Rock, a big hug for you, Kid Rock. And God bless your dear mom. And I hope to have you on the panel again, Kid Rock, if God permits. You are our first content creator graduate. So we really appreciate you and we are proud of you, Kid Rock. Okay. Hold on, everyone. Mountain Man, thank you. Chi Hooker, thank you. Chi Hooker, the next time I want you to be on the panel also. Everyone. I want everyone to be on the panel. And we can all talk at the same time. Just some humor. Just some humor. I want to thank everyone that came, and I really appreciate everyone. This is very important. Being that this is a long labor weekend, everyone, please be safe driving. Please be safe driving. And if you're going to drive, try to drive in the morning hours and try not to drive at night. Just some advice. Just some advice. Hold on, everyone. I don't want to miss no one. Okay. Chi Hooker, and thank you for your military service. Thank you for your military service, and may and that is an honor. That is an honor. The next time, Chi Hooker, you can come on the panel and tell us your experiences, what you went through in the military, and that would be very interesting. That you went to Afghanistan, uh, you went to other foreign countries. That would be great. That would be great that you can tell us what it means to serve our country. That would be a great program. So I hope you can come on and tell us your experience, Chi Hooker. That would be great. And everyone would love, and everyone would love to hear that because we can learn from you. Hold on, everyone. Okay, again, thank you for coming. God bless everyone. And we'll leave with this nice, relaxing music. And we are all, and never forget, everyone, we are all a family. We are all a family. God bless everyone. God bless everyone.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We've gone for main engine start. We have main engine start. Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll.